Today we're talking to Boxabl, and they're gonna allow us to put together this Casita. Are you gonna let me down? And we're gonna look at all the things inside and out. Not only that, we're gonna be asking them the burning questions that were not answered in the last Boxabl video. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's go ahead and take a full tour of the Casita. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put a time lapse in the corner so you can see that it truly does unpack within an hour. The simple floor plan offers a large kitchen, living area, master bedroom, and private bathroom. The living square footage is 375 square feet. The ceiling height is 9.6 feet. It also offers wide plank composite flooring, built-in iron center, washer and dryer, heating and air conditioning. The full-size kitchen accommodates a large refrigerator, has a double sink with a view, oven and dishwasher. It also provides incredibly useful cabinetry. The cabinets have pull-out drawers for optimum storage. This tiny home is full of surprises. Most people would think that there isn't any place to put their clothes.
So you were worried about the closet space? There's plenty of room. It's got lots of cubbies.
What kind of bed, how big of a size can you fit in one of these?
What kind of bed do you prefer?
King size, but you know,
King
if you were...
size? This is a queen, it may be better for snuggling.
As we step into the bathroom, you'll notice that it has a very modern feel, featuring a raised glass sink with modern fixtures. And no need to worry about the size of the shower.
You know, for a tiny house, it's a really spacious shower. It has this nice sliding glass door. You can get in here and clean off with your loofah. We also have plans to swap this tub out for a roll-in shower for wheelchair accessibility as well.
For those of you that are a little claustrophobic, there's also a window that opens right above the mirror.
One important thing to point out is there is a toilet in here. I guess we had one video that people saw where it just barely, missed the toilet as they were filming. So now we've had, probably over 50 emails asking about the toilet. There is a toilet. She's gonna trust you with her life because she wants to do some acrobatics. Well, actually, I just suggested and encouraged that.
Now, everybody's had a bunch of questions since our original interview, and we didn't answer all of them. So today, that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna right the wrongs and answer your questions.
I'm ready.
One of the biggest questions that people asked was how long is it going to be before they're actually available for them to have them shipped to their house?
I can't answer that. But I can say that we are working to get it going as fast as possible. Basically, we started off with this new idea, new invention. We've been doing R&D and engineering to change everything about the way the houses are built. And then we released the Casita earlier this year, hopefully be shipping within a year. That's the answer I'm giving right now. And we'll have a more concrete timeline when some things start to happen.
Yay! I get to build this. When you start shipping, will you be able to ship internationally? That was a big question too.
Yeah, the plan right now is to have shipping included to the surrounding states here in Nevada. I don't think it's actually going to be that expensive because it'll go on like the container ship like the other containers do. And you can ship a container to China for a couple $1,000. I mean, maybe you should lift this up with a forklift.
People wanted to know how much does it weigh? Do you know?
12,000 pounds.
12,000 pounds.
With the kitchen, bathroom in there. So like an empty one would be less. And we're going to make a few tweaks on the next version as well to get the weight down because it's important for shipping and for the type of equipment you need to unload it on site. Like if you're going to stack 1-2 stories, and you need to bring in a crane and a crane operator, that's more expensive than using, let's say, an oversized forklift that you can rent and operate yourself.
They're gonna let me drive the forklift. Great. Well, what about, like, a lot of people were saying, are they earthquake proof? Are they fireproof? Are they wind and hurricane proof?
Well, I would stay away from the word proof.
Okay.
Because, if we hurl it into the sun, it's gonna burn. But we've had all that different stuff in mind that we want these room modules to work anywhere in the world. So we have to design them for all the different elements that exist all around the world. So right now, early testing is showing that they will have a very high wind rating, good enough for like Florida. And then fire.
So is it fire resistant?
You want to do it?
I want to do it.
we're trying to clad everything in non-combustible material so that let's say if you're in California and there's a wildfire and embers are showering down from the forest next door, it won't ignite your house or your roof or something like that.
Good job. If there was like a seismic problem.
We haven't thought too much about seismic yet, but I assume it's going to do really well, because if you think about the way this is built, for example, this is the floor. So this whole thing is all one single laminated panel made out of big blocks and steel that's all hooked together.
It's galvanized steel, very, very strong. And you can see the two interlocks here. And let's see how these two panels snap together. The panels are snapped together. And if we zoom in on the seam, how perfect is that seam?
That's got to be stronger than stick lumber framing, where it's all nailed together and can fall apart easily. But bottom line is, if this does not stand up to seismic requirements, we'll re-engineer it and tweak it until it does.
Pull this out.
Yeah, I mean, basically we can just push these out ourselves, and there you go. We'll just get it over that pump for you, and then you'll be able to push the rest of the way.
Oh, this was a really interesting question. People wanted to know if they're bulletproof.
Well, we have done that test. All right, boys, let's see how this can handle some serious firepower. And unfortunately, no, they're not bulletproof. But they can be made bulletproof for like military applications by laminating Kevlar into the panel. But we did that as kind of a joke for another YouTube video. The bullets went right through.
Could you have this as an off-the-grid product?
We might end up making a model where that's all included. For example, if we do some like disaster relief units that are deployed in the event of an emergency, those might be ordered to be off the grid with solar panels, battery hooked up. But basically, our room modules are ready to be connected to water, power, waste. So whether you're going to connect that to the grid or connect it to your own off-grid utilities, either way, it's compatible. Wait, you got to do it again.
People were concerned about off-gassing. Like Katrina, after Katrina, they had put down what they called FEMA trailers, and those had a lot of off-gassing problems with formaldehyde.
Yep.
Will this have formaldehyde-free or an off-gassing issue? What is your solution for that?
Well, a lot of people have asked about that. So I've done some research into the building materials that are used in the building shell. But our whole innovation is the building shell, and that consists of steel, EPS foam, polyurethane glue, and a type of magnesium concrete board. And as far as I can tell right now, that should not have any off-gassing problems. And then we just have to be careful about where we source other stuff like, kitchen cabinets or other culprits for off-gassing.
Well, that's nice. So that completely seals it in.
Yeah, we have these PVC extrusions that serve as hinges and gaskets to make it watertight. You have to prepare utilities and foundation to hook up in the field. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full slab. It can be something less. Or frankly, maybe you don't even bother with foundation or permits. If you don't have to, maybe you just throw it down and unpack it, and especially if it's a temporary use case, it's no problem.
Till the county or parish finds out and they
And then,
you got a building on there you got to get taxed for.
Yeah. Now we're in.
The rating for energy efficiency for these.
We've done, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, something to do with like Energy Star qualify rating. So we have done a preliminary report on that, and it looks good. All the numbers crunch. The bottom line with energy efficiency, there's a few things that are important. Tightness of the envelope, so like air being able to escape in and out, and that should be good on our units because they're sealed up really tight, and all the wall panels, floor, ceiling are just big, solid, single pieces where no air could escape. It's pretty much a best case for energy efficiency, I think.
Oh no, we're stuck inside.
Like a burglar. Hey, are these double pane?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Energy efficient, double pane?
Yep.
So tell people how you get the wires in there. I thought that was pretty interesting.
During the manufacturing process, all the walls are filled with EPS foam. So we actually cut out channels to house the wiring and other things. So if you had X-ray eyes and you could see behind the walls, the floor and the ceiling in here, you would see a network of channels where you can put electric, HVAC, whatever.
Like if you were cut open and
Oh yeah, like one of those ant farms.
Yeah.
Exactly, it looks exactly like that.
What's the R rating for the insulation between the walls?
24 in the walls, I think.
Okay.
But what I'm told is that that's less important than how the overall envelope functions as far as like air tightness and other things.
It means something to them though. You are going to build a Boxabl on Mars?
Yeah, it's in the plans somewhere down the line. We actually had some interest from Elon Musk. He didn't want to build houses on Mars. He wanted to build them at his rocket launch station in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So we told him, no thank you. Let us know when he's ready to put them on Mars. Point.
I spelled bull. Is there an ounce of truth to that?
I think somebody tweeted our video, and then Elon Musk liked it.
He is a genius. That you heard it first. Elon Musk is going to buy a bunch of their houses. It's time to invest.
How do we look? Can you see us?
People want to know when you're going to be available on the stock market. Where they want to know when they can invest in the stock market.
I think it's likely, I'm not promising anything, that we will come out with a kind of public offering to raise money from investors where we'll be selling stocks at some time in the future.
Are you going to let me down? Oh my gosh. Now, if someone was to order one, did they have to hire a contractor to put it together once it's delivered?
We're going to recommend local contractors that we've trained and certified in Boxabl install, which is not difficult. But most of the time, if you're not a pro, it's going to be a pain to get permits, make a foundation, and bring utilities up. So it makes sense to use a pro to help with that kind of stuff.
That was not 2 hours. That was like an hour max.
Yeah.
In my last video, people got all upset because they said, well, it says on the box that it's $49 per square foot. But you have a reason for why it said that.
That square foot number was from an old video, an old product where we had planned to just sell kind of gutted building shells without, kitchen, bathroom, all that. And that's something we never even went forward with. So it's just an old video out there. But the Casita, as pictured, will be $50,000.
Units have central air, or will they be ductless?
Yeah, we're going to use a mini split system. It's nicer, it's more compact, it's a little more sanitary when you get rid of the ducting that's filled with dust and stuff.
Ducks are gross.
Yeah.
When I go do these home inspections, ducks are gross. I'm tired though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm working out.
Dang.
Whee! I'd like to thank the people at Boxabl for inviting me all the way to Las Vegas to show their incredible homes. If you have any other questions for Boxabl, make sure you put them in the comment section. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, and I tell you all this because you matter.